We are live.
Hey,
How's
hey,
it going,
hey,
everybody?
everyone.
Welcome to let me bring this up here. Welcome to this is the last update roundup of 2022. So this is
That's
December
wild.
2022. We're now at a year. Well, at the end of the year, sorry, we're about to start with 2023. So yeah, we're on our last update roundup. So let's jump right into things. So let me actually pull this up here. And you know what? Hold on. I need to actually go live on Instagram. And I think we're live now. Cool.
Doing it
All right.
live.
So thank you everybody for all the support, the community, the feedback. I know we recently pushed out a pretty major update, and there have been a lot of people giving us feedback and help. So thank you so much for that. Um, yeah, it's been awesome. So thank you for everybody to sticking with us on the journey here.
Yeah.
So let's jump into some of our latest updates here. So the first one is the unified inbox. We recently just launched that, and
Yeah.
still work in progress. But now you're able to all your communication. Well, currently your email and your forms will come into your inbox, and that's where you sort of start the workflow for your leads.
hmm
Kevin, anything to add to that?
Yeah. So for those who aren't yet familiar or who haven't set up their account yet, you will see a new item in the sidebar there for inbox. You can
Yes.
go in there. You'll see a buyer inbox and a seller inbox, and then you can go connect your email account, regardless of what type of email you're using, whether it's Gmail or Microsoft email or GoDaddy email. You can connect that account to your Pebble inbox, and then right from within Pebble, you can start emailing uh, people that come in. So when a lead form comes in, you can respond to that person, start a thread, and start communicating right from Pebble, and have that all sort of unified in one place. And then when you go later on down the road, when you hop back into to look at things, you'll be able to see all of your communication threads in one place.
Yes. Cool. All right. We also now have email integration. So you are now able to connect your email right into Pebble. It's like as if you were using your own email system. For example, if you sent something out of Pebble, you'll see it in your sent folder as well. Um, yeah, you'll be able to. It's just sort of a one-to-one with your email now. You have that accessible inside of Pebble. Now, I do want to
And we
make a
know that
note. Go ahead.
yeah, we know that I know that many people, the workflow used to be that you would you get a lead in, and then you go over to your email client and you start messaging that person in your Gmail. And then what a lot of people would do is just like copy paste the conversation back into the deal notes or the seller notes field.
Yeah.
And so hopefully this will just remove all of that. Now when you have that conversation within Pebble, that those notes will just, or that you don't have to copy and paste anything. It'll all just be listed out. These are all the conversations that happened very, very easily. So
Yep. Cool. Sean, let's go. Yes. Thank you, Sean, for joining us. Cool. All right. So we also launched multiple return addresses. Um,
yeah.
this has been huge for a lot of people. They want to be able to show that they're mailing perhaps from a local area, or they have different businesses, business names or entities. Maybe they want to use it for tracking purposes, but now you're able to create multiple return mailing addresses.
Should I demo this, Jesse? I can show how
Yeah,
this
sure,
works.
sure. Let's do it. Yep. All right, I'm going to share your
Cool.
screen.
Yeah. Do you have that here?
Yep.
Okay, so to enable this, basically you can go to your company settings by clicking your profile here, and then this company details. So right now you'll just see one address. That's basically the address that you've always had. But now you can click edit here, and you can add additional addresses. So if I added another address here, 123 Main, cross Wisconsin 45202, whatever. Oop, line 1. Oop, that's the name. So let's do company 2. So this can be a great option if I have like buy your land Inc. And then I have another company that I'm running my business as Sell Your Land Inc. So now I can have both of those companies in the same place here. Oh, let's actually go back here. Test. Sorry. Test company. Okay, my first address is going to be Buy Your Land Inc. Second address is going to be Sell Your Land Inc. I'll save that. So now I have two addresses. I've still got my parent company, but now I have two addresses. So now when I go to create a campaign, and let me just find this one here, we'll go ahead and activate the campaign. Now it will let me type in the return address that I want to use for this new company. And I can select whether I want Buy Your Land Inc. or Sell Your Land Inc. And it'll let me change what that address is just by clicking here and changing it. So now my return address gets flipped around. So you could imagine a lot of use cases for this, but I could have different campaigns going out in different states under a different name.
Sorry about that. I hit something on Slack that started dialing.
So I'll preview that. And yeah, did you just try calling me, Jesse?
I hit the call button by accident on my end here.
Okay, cool. So yeah, now you've got your return address that's changed, and you can set that. This is also great if you're sending documents. You'll have the same drop down where you can select which return address you want to show up on that document. So yeah, just a great sort of a time saving thing here. You don't have to have separate. You don't have to go in and change your address if you want to change campaigns around.
Yep.
You can just go ahead and do it all from one place.
Cool. All right, let's keep going on here. My computer's acting up a little bit. That's okay. We're going to survive. All right. We also changed. I think this is one worth mentioning here. We've now changed the term leads to now deals. So a lead is somebody, whether a buyer or a seller, a contact. And when they are paired up with a property, I like to describe it as, and they end up on your seller deals board or your buyer's deal board, that is now considered a deal that you can work, right? Either you're acquiring it or selling it. This is sort of a term that we want to make sure we're quite clear on. So moving forward, it's going to be called your seller deal board, your buyer deal board. When things come into your inbox, right? Those are messages that come in. You can assign a contact, which is the lead, and then you pair it up with the property they're interested in selling or buying from you. If they've entered in their mailer code, once we basically send it over to a board, it is now a deal. So just a little bit of reworking with the naming convention. Then, yeah. Cool. All right, I'm going to keep going on here. If my computer's okay. So what's coming up? So the big one here. We've been talking about this. the phone system is approaching. So that is the next big thing that you're going to be seeing inside of Pebble. So you'll be able to do your phone calling. You'll be able to eventually, you should be able to voice record, you record your calls on there, your
Mhm.
typical phone. We're going to have to figure out how you guys port your numbers over. I know this has been expressed
That
as a
that
concern
will be
before.
coming as well. Yep.
So that will be part of Pebble.
Yeah, this will be really a big deal for a lot of people. If once we get email and phone, um, basically you can have your whole communications happening all within Pebble, and and for me personally, I'm just excited about this. I can get rid of my Follow Up Boss accounts and my Open Phone accounts, and I can just have all of my stuff within Pebble. All of my follow up is just right there.
Yeah. And that, of course, comes with text and SMS as well. You're
Mhm,
not just making voice calls, but there's text and SMS as well.
mhm.
Cool. All right. And is this going to work? Is this going to work? All right. And then the other big one here, Kevin, do you want to talk a little bit about this? The inventory management
Yes.
board.
Yeah, so this has been a request for a very, very long time and something that we have been talking about for a very, very long time, trying to understand how to manage your inventory. So there have been ways to do this, like you mark a property as purchased, and we made that so that you could filter your purchased properties, filter out your sold properties, and basically have that be your inventory. But it was always a bit clunky, and there was this issue you have where maybe you've got a property that is going through your acquisitions process. You've got some due diligence. Maybe you even have an initial purchase agreement signed, but you haven't yet closed on that deal. So I'm still waiting for title to go through, or I'm still waiting to get an assignment going. But I want to start marketing that property, and I have a process for my marketing of getting a property actually on the boards of or getting that property out and marketed has its own process. What we realize that process is basically follows a similar process to your due diligence process. You've got maybe your first step is I need to take photos, and maybe a second step is I need to post it on the 5 listing sites that we have. Third step is, I need to get it on Facebook. Fourth step is put it on the MLS. You might have like a process here that you go through, and there might be multiple rounds of that process. So I might need to go back and repost it on Facebook or repost it on Craigslist. And so I need to have this sort of process of multiple loops of my marketing for every property that I have. What we realize is like, well, that is really another board is what we're talking about. That is a property that needs to go through a very similar process where you can track the stages. You've got tasks that need to be assigned
Yeah.
to different people. You need to do automations if you're going to zap things out as these things are happening. So we really realize that what your inventory is another board. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're working on now. So in addition to your buyer and your seller board, we'll now have an inventory board, and you can very easily take a property that's whether you've gone through your acquisition process or you're just halfway through, you can take that property and say, okay, I want to move this property to my inventory board.
Yeah.
So now that property basically lives in 2 places. I've got it on my acquisitions that I'm still working on, and I've got it in my inventory, and I can run that through my inventory marketing process. And then as buyer leads start coming through, I can run that same property through my disposition process for selling that property. So really that property can live in multiple boards and be going through multiple different processes, but all the functionality that we have for those boards are the same. So tasks, you can still add tasks to everyone. You can have phone calls. You can imagine, like, I'm running my inventory process. I need to make a call to a realtor. Well, I can make that call right from within Pebble, right from that inventory card. That phone call is going to get recorded and tracked right on that inventory card. Um, so yeah, basically everything is there. So that's what the inventory board is going to be, and that's what we're working on right now.
I really think this is going to make a big difference in terms of processes. Like you
Mhm.
guys, the big thing we're trying to push here at Pebble is we talk about this internally a lot. Is how do we help you guys find back freedom within your own business? How do we get you guys back in that passenger seat? So
Mhm.
processes and figuring out those repeatable processes are key, right? So the more granular we can get you guys organized, right? With those stages, you can build out your SOPs and have those show up per stage. Getting that inventory board, I think, is just going to get you to another level of getting things more organized and structured. And you want to take yourself away from a lot of the operational stuff, especially inventory. Like, right, Kevin, you typically will
Mhm.
have somebody involved on that inventory side when it comes to marketing or preparing it. You don't want to be the one who's hanging out there all the time. So we're giving you that space to get organized there. And I like to say silo those stages out and bring somebody in to look after those stages. So I'm really excited
Mhm.
about this inventory board. I think it's going to make a huge difference, especially, yeah, you're in that acquisition stage and you want to start some of your, internal inventory management or marketing, whatever you want to call it. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
And I'll just also tease this. Um, Not only will we be able to have an inventory board, we're also going to be able to basically have as many boards as you want. So this will be a part of our more advanced plan. So if you're a bigger team and you start thinking like, well, I need to start tracking processes that are outside of just acquisitions and dispositions and inventory, I need to have a separate board for my. Maybe each one of your acquisition managers gets their own board.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to provide that. So you'll be able to create as many boards as you need. And maybe you split out different sides of your business. Maybe one state gets its own board versus another state. Maybe you've got an acquisitions manager having their own board.
Yeah.
So really opens us up to do some creative things that we'll get
Absolutely.
to.
All right, so that's what's coming up ahead. There is something also fun coming up ahead. We are going to start something called F Your Offer. How many of us, get that hate mail, that get that crazy
So much.
text, that get that crazy voicemail? So we thought, what better way to have fun than to, really lean in and let's just have some fun with this. So we're going to run a contest. It's going to happen between now until the 15th. You can submit your best picture of a hate mail, a best picture of a hate email, a text, a voicemail. We're going to be picking 3 winners, and we're looking for some originality from some of your property owners that hate you. Um, and we're going to be reading those out. So we're going to pick 3 winners. There's going to be up to $50 in prizes for each. So head over to pebblerei.com/FYO for F Your Offer. You do not need to be a Pebble user to participate. So
Mhm.
make sure you get those in. We're going to be pushing this, and we're going to be sharing this live on our Instagram. So if you haven't followed us on Instagram, it's the @pebble.rei. So we're just having a little fun this holiday, guys. Let's celebrate some of the hate that we consistently get here. All right,
That's
so
gonna be fun. Oh, man. I've got some. Maybe I should get in the running here too.
okay, guys. So this is typically the end of the update roundup. If you have any questions, we'll wait here for a couple seconds because I know there is a bit of a delay, but there doesn't seem to be any. Sean, I just want to give it out shout out to Sean who's joined us. S. Davis. Sean is somebody who recently just joined us within Pebble, and yeah, he's a funny guy. I enjoyed speaking with you, Sean. Sean asked, will Pebble have a built-in calendar?
Good question. We have talked about this. So you currently have the ability to schedule tasks where you can put a due date on a task.
Yeah.
Um, but currently there's not like a official calendar functionality within Pebble. We've talked about it. It's not something we have a like we're for sure going to do this next quarter sort of thing, but I could imagine us doing it at some point. But if you have specific ideas of how you would like that to work, or specifically like what are you looking to schedule, um, let us know. Like send us an email, hello@pebblerei.com. We've got our team is actively tracking what people are looking for. So yeah, let us know.
Please. Yep. It'll be interesting to hear what ideas you have for a calendar. I'm assuming it's probably scheduling certain things like mail campaigns or text and whatnot. So yeah, we'll be
Mhm.
exploring some, ways to manage scheduling. All right, guys. Well, thank you for those of you guys following on YouTube, for those of you guys following on Facebook right now, and for those few of you guys on Instagram. Again, if you don't have Instagram, make sure, or if you have Instagram, sorry, go ahead and follow pebble.rei. Sean says, fair enough. Thank you. Will do. I have been speaking with Isaac often. Awesome. 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 All right, guys.
Yeah, we
Thanks very much.
love to hear from everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a wonderful rest of 2022. We are wishing you guys the best with everything at the end of the year. I know that a lot of you guys take some time off during this, but hopefully you can take some time to really focus back on your own business and get ready for 2023. Other than that, it's been awesome chatting with you guys. Take care, everybody.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.